Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a great day. I was actually going to film this video later, but then I thought, why not film it while I get ready? Because you guys seem to like this, chit chat, get ready with me kind of thing. So today I'm just going to do a very natural glowy look. I know I do a lot of that on my channel, but I don't want to do anything bold today. I'm actually doing a little photo shoot for my friend's company, so I'm just going very natural today. I might have to touch it up later. I know it's supposed to be really hot today, but I also want to film another video, so I want to do my makeup. So I don't know, I might have to wash my face later and then redo my makeup. We'll see how hot it is. I had to change my robe. The other one was way too hot. I don't even know what I was thinking. Today I wanted to talk about money and how to save money like a pro. Now, I like to shop. I'm not gonna be a complete liar and say I'm perfect, because there's certain things that I like to spend money on, like crystals, oracle cards, books. I used to be really crazy with makeup. Believe it or not, I am not. I just, not anymore. I was just very tempted when I worked at Sephora, but these days I'm actually really good with not spending too much money on makeup, because I understand that I have a crap load of makeup and I really don't need any more. I do have my certain things that I really like to buy, but I also happen to be really good at saving money. And this comes from a place when, by the way, I'm just gonna put a little concealer on first. This is just my Nars Concealer, the soft matte one. I'm just gonna put it on my couple of dark spots that I currently have. Ever since I was old enough to work, which was literally I think I was 12 or 13, I did my babysitting course, got that certificate, and I started literally babysitting all the kids in the neighborhood, and kids in those neighborhoods, their parents told other parents in other neighborhoods, and I was babysitting everybody. And I was making that babysitting dough, and even though at that time the rate was only $6 an hour for most families, I'm pretty sure the main one I babysat, she eventually raised it to $9 an hour, I think. I can't remember very well. But the rate really wasn't a lot, but I did so much of it that I actually saved a lot of money. And I honestly have my my preteen, teen self to thank for paying for a lot of my schooling, because by the age of must have been 14, 15, I had worked so much, and eventually I got a daycare job too at a gym. I had worked so much and I didn't really buy anything back then. I didn't really go shopping all that much. I didn't buy a lot of clothes. I had saved 11 grand as a kid, and it's insane. I just had a really strong work ethic, and because I started like that, I feel like it just gave me a really good start. And I'm not saying you can't start now. Everybody can start now. It's just a certain work ethic I had, and there are certain techniques I had also just to make sure I saved money. And I have some new ones too that I want to share with you, but there's some that I had as a kid that just kind of motivated me to save money and not spend too much. So I just wanted to share those with you today, because I think saving money is really important, and a lot of us like to shop and we like to buy things, and some people go a little wild at Sephora or the mall or other stores or online shopping. But saving is important if you want to have, money for your future. And if you ever want to be able to retire, or if you want to be able to buy a house, right now, saving is very important to me, because I want to be able to afford a nice place with my boyfriend. So that is my goal. Anyways, yeah, I just wanted to give you my tips on how to save money. Now, I think the first one I want to share is my my first original money saving tip. This is something that I used back when I was a kid, or I say kid, I was a young teenager. It was my checkpoint saving tip. You guys don't know checkpoints in Mario? I don't know why this one came to me, but basically I would make these money checkpoints. So for example, if I hit $1,120 in my bank account, $1,000 was my checkpoint. I can't go below $1,000. I can't spend any more money, so I have to consider how much does my phone cost? How much money do I need to spend on conditioner this month? I had to budget, because I had to make sure that I did not go below $1,000. And then I hit $2,000, $2,340, let's say. I can spend a little bit of money, but I have to budget how much money I need for my necessities, because I can't go below $2,000. So this is a technique that I have used my entire life, and obviously grown-up things happen. You need to buy a car, or you need to buy furniture for your house, or whatever it may be. Obviously you can't always follow this rule. It's a lot easier when you're younger. But it's a really good rule for everyday life when you just want to like spend all your money on skip the dishes or if you want to spend a whole bunch of money at the store buying clothes. It's a really good rule to just like control yourself and not spend too much money. So I highly recommend trying this checkpoint rule. I just made it up as a kid. Like, genius. I'm just kidding. I'm not genius, but I was pretty proud of myself that I came up with that as like a 13-year-old. I think it's pretty cool. I didn't really say what I was using. I'm sorry. They discontinued this. I am so sad. I'm like down to like this much of this Naked Skin foundation. I am so sad that they ever discontinued it. I love the consistency of it because it is just so lightweight. It makes my skin look so nice and glowy. I need to find another one that's just like that. So now I'm going to put a little bit of this other concealer. It's way too light for me. I got a way too light of a color. We didn't actually have them in store at the time when I had to pick my color. I had to do it based on the online thing. But it's actually not bad when I blend it in with my other stuff. It's a good highlighter. So I'm going to put some of this on just to highlight my face. And I know I kind of like made fun of this the last time I did it for my Kalani video, but I'm actually really liking this lipstick for contouring. I apologize, the lighting's kind of orange. It's really hard to get anything different from the light of my vanity. The light bulbs are quite warm in color, and then my room on top of that is pink. So it's really hard to not get this color unless I'm in front of my studio lights. So my next tip is to create a budget. And I think it's important to keep track of that. I just recently started this, honestly, in the last year, I guess, maybe last year. I used to just honestly throw out my receipts, but now I keep them until I write it down in my budget. So I do my budget in numbers on my MacBook, but there's so many different ways you can do it. There's apps for it, honestly, that are probably easier, but I'm just so used to my numbers budget. So my next tip, and I feel like this is an obvious one, but gotta say it, limit your leisure purchases. So like purchases of, you know, going out to the movies or any sort of activity, like when you go out and you spend money, try to limit those to like 1 or 2 a month kind of thing. Like if you're always going out, you're always doing something, especially like obviously no one's going to the bars right now, but I know so many people that spend so much money on the bar. Like I mean, to get in the bar is usually no more than $5. That's not much. But they spend a lot of money on drinks and stuff, and it all adds up. And sometimes we have a crazy month. Sometimes we have a crazy busy month. We have a lot of different plans and stuff, and that's okay. What I try to do is balance it out the next month. I'm like, okay, well, I had a super fun month. I did a lot of stuff. This month is going to be the month of saving, and I'm just going to work on saving money and really limit what I do. Try to balance things out in that way. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having fun and doing things that you enjoy, but it's really important to also balance that out with actually saving some money. If it could just stay like this without any powder, I would. But I'd honestly, like yesterday, I only put a little bit of powder on. It was just enough to set it and keep it in place, but not too much to make me matte. So my skin just looked really glowy all day, and I really liked it. And we're gonna do some brows. My next tip is to avoid unnecessary subscriptions. A lot of us get caught up in doing a lot of subscriptions, whether it be Netflix, there's FabFitFun some people have. I don't do that. I do Netflix. I have quite a few subscriptions for like a little bit more practical things. So like I have my Epidemic Sound subscription, which is how I get all of my copyright-free music. I'm very choosy when I decide what subscriptions I'm going to invest my money in, and you should be too. Take a look at everything you have and decide what are the necessities and which things you don't need. This is another thing that I like about my budget is I have written down every single thing. I know where my money is going at all times, and I know where what money is coming in and from where at all times. So my next tip for you guys is to try to think on a purchase for a couple days before you buy it. This honestly just helps to avoid impulse buying, because I feel like impulse buying is something that happens to the best of us. And I'll also do this for online shopping too. I'll let things sit in my basket for quite a while, and I'll think about it. I'm like, do I need this right now? And like if it's on Amazon, you have the option to save for later. If it's something that you're hemming and hawing on, you're like, I don't know if I should get this right now, then you probably shouldn't. So just think about it before you buy it. If eventually like you can't stop thinking about it and like you can afford it and stuff, then go ahead, do it. I'm just using my Micro Smooth powder from Sephora. It's kind of light for right now, so I'm combining it with this one. I'm not like super, I'm not super tan, so I find like just this one is a little bit dark for me in the middle of my face. So I kind of just add it to the edges. And then this is the Matte Perfection powder. So I kind of just put this around the edges of my face a little bit just to blend it in. So I'm actually going to take my powder from Too Faced. This is Chocolate Soleil, and I'm just going to do a little extra contouring with this. I have an actual contour powder, so I could do it a little bit more intense if I wanted to, but again, I'm just trying to keep it fairly natural. So I'm just going to like kind of contour my nose a little bit. My next one is to set savings goals. So like, how much money do you want to save by the end of the summer? Or how much money do you want to have in 3 months? Things like that. Set some goals, journal it down. You can even create a like bullet journal type thing where you can like color in the different goals that you've reached. My next tip is to have money automatically come out of your bank account and go into your savings account. This is honestly just a good tip for everybody, but especially if you're someone who tends to not really put much money into their savings account or forgets, then this is a good idea. If you don't have consistent paychecks and you don't really want to do this, try to maybe set a goal of how much money you want to try to put in your bank account, your savings account each month or each paycheck, and you can adjust it based on how much money you make. Like maybe if you didn't make enough money to really put a big chunk of it into your savings account because you got to pay for your rent or you got to pay for groceries and stuff, then just put a little bit. Can you put 20 in? I'm gonna use my little book of bronzers and just make myself a little extra glowy. I'm just using this lighter one. This is Sun Bunny. I'm gonna add a hint of blush, and we're definitely gonna put some highlighter on. Try not to eat out more than a couple times a month. I feel like it's just such an easy thing to do, especially when you have like nothing to eat in the house. It's really easy just to go on Skip the Dishes and have food brought to you, and I love Skip the Dishes, but I try not to do it more than once or twice a month. I'm gonna do some highlighter. Oh, I totally didn't even tell you guys what I put on my cheeks, I'm sorry. So this is the blush that I'm wearing. It's California from Benefit. It's just like this really corally color. It's really hard to see in this light, I'm sorry. But yeah, it's just a very nice, it's a good summery color. Now for the highlighter, today I'm going to be using my Wet n Wild one. Again, I showed you guys this in previous videos. It's funny because I have a lot of highlighters and I've got a lot of expensive highlighters, and this one is so cheap, but I always go for it. It's just so good. So I'm just using this little Morphe brush. And we are going in. I love highlighter. It's so pretty. I've started like putting this on my forehead more. I didn't used to, but I just love the glow it gives me. And I go on my chin, and I do kind of drag it a little bit on my jawline, honestly, just to enhance my jaw a little bit. Be a bargain hunter is my next tip, honestly. I have to be honest with you. I rarely buy any clothing item unless it's on sale or just like a really good price. I feel like the most I'll spend on a t-shirt is probably like 20 bucks. If I'm gonna, like, there's certain items that I will invest more money in, but there's certain price points I've seen on certain items that I find are just absolutely ridiculous. You know, like spending $50 on a crop top is kind of stupid because you're literally getting half a shirt. So I'm just very picky about how much money I spend on certain items. And it's just, yeah, it's a good thing to be picky. It honestly is a good thing to be picky because otherwise you're just throwing all your money away and it's not responsible at all. So I'm going to put some eye primer on for my eyeshadow. This is Shadow Insurance. So we're going to just do a natural eye look today. I'm going to use some of my Kat Von D. I'm going to like tight line with a little bit of the black because I don't want to do liner, but I do want to have a little bit more definition by my lashes. I'm going to start though with my Tarte To Go palette. I really like this brown, beigey brown color there. I got black on my finger. I'm going to wipe that off before I get that on my face. And just start in the crease. Alright, so now my base / crease shade is on there. I'm just going to build up a little bit more dimension. I am going to use, I want to stick with the warm colors. Kat Von D is kind of cool tone, so I'm actually going to go in with this color called Violetta, I don't know how you say it, from the Mario Master palette. I just love the chocolate color in that palette. It's just very rich. Now, yeah, you guys may notice that I wear mostly natural makeup, and when I was working at Sephora, I was kind of known for doing pretty bold looks, like whenever there's a theme, or I don't know, honestly, just even everyday life, I would do like some crazy bold makeup, and all my friends kind of know me for the girl that loves makeup. I like makeup. I've taken a bit of a step back from it. I'm mostly doing natural looks these days, and to be completely honest, it's just because like I like it, but it's not like the biggest, most like important thing in my life anymore. I used to be so obsessed with it, and I like it still. I love dressing up and, you know, getting ready for an event or something, and I do really like that. But everyday life, honestly, I do love going barefaced, or I do love just being more natural. And yeah, I don't know, I think it's just, I just grew out of it a little bit. I don't like having like super thick makeup all the time, or super dramatic makeup all the time. I don't know, people change, and there's some reasons why I'm not like completely obsessed with the makeup industry anymore. I have some mixed feelings and thoughts about the makeup industry, so that's why you probably won't be seeing me doing any like super big makeup hauls or things like that. Like, I'll do the odd makeup video, but it's funny because when I first started this channel, everybody was like, oh, Dina, you're gonna be doing makeup videos? Like, everyone just assumed it was makeup because I worked in makeup. I'm like, no, actually, that's not the main focus of my channel at all. I feel like if that was the main focus of my channel, I would honestly be so bored and uninspired, and I'm not insulting anyone who loves makeup and like could watch makeup videos all day or make them all the time. Like, some people are just love it, and honestly, I used to be that person. Like, I used to watch nothing but makeup videos on YouTube. That's all my homepage was. But I very quickly got bored of it, and especially bored of all the different hauls and like opening PR and stuff. I have a lot of thoughts on it, and I am going to share it with you in an upcoming video, so make sure you guys look out for that. But yeah, I watch a lot of different stuff. I'm into a lot of different stuff now, and I'm happy. Like, it's not like, oh, so sad, she lost her passion in makeup. Like, I still like it, guys, but it's not my entire world. So what I'm gonna do next is actually going to go in with a lighter color on my lid. I'm just gonna use one of these lighter shimmer colors from this palette. This is the I Love palette from Sephora collection, and I'm just using my finger because it's like the best way to get the payoff that you want. And I want something neutral. Like, I don't want anything like super gold or anything. I'm gonna use the one in the middle here and just pop that on my lid. It is a little bit light. I'm gonna mix a little of the gold. I don't want it to be super gold. I actually loved my makeup look yesterday. I honestly just put like one color on my lid just with my finger and left it at that, and it was just so fresh and wet looking, and I just loved that look. I used this palette from Tarte, and I just used this color right here, and I put it all over my lid. That's all I did. That mascara, and I actually loved it. I'm probably gonna do that look again soon because it was just so pretty. Sometimes the most simple things are honestly like some of the prettiest looks. You don't need to have necessarily like 4 or 5 eyeshadows on your eyes. Like, I feel like a lot of people are like so caught up, and I was so caught up with like using all these different colors, and it's fun to do that and blend and like make different creations and stuff, but sometimes just like simple is just really nice. So I've been doing a lot more simple lately. All right, so my next tip: avoid malls and stores unless you are planning on shopping there, or yeah, you need something, because otherwise it's dangerous. A lot of people, I feel like a lot of teenagers do this, and I did this a lot at a young age. I'm just gonna tell you what I'm doing while I'm talking. I'm gonna be using the black and this really small pointy brush from MAC. It's a 211. It's just really good for precision. It's very dense, so it's really good for precision. So I'm just gonna tightline my my lashes here because I don't want liner. I just want a little definition. Again, a nice natural way to get the effect of liner, but not like as bold as liner. Anyways, I feel like a lot of teenagers choose the mall as their hangout spot, and you know, using the mall as a hangout spot is just very, very dangerous. That's just what it is. It's dangerous because you're tempted to buy things. And if your friends are buying things, then you're most likely buying things, and it's really hard to say no, and it's hard to control yourself. I kind of have this general rule for myself where I don't really go shopping for clothes more than, I would say, like 2 times a year. And that may sound crazy for people who love to shop, but what I do is I will go shopping for like spring, summer clothing, and then I'll go shopping for fall, winter clothing, depending on what I need. I mean, sometimes I just don't go like shopping and go crazy because I just don't need anything. Like, I have enough clothes. I got some clothes this year, but honestly mostly just for work because I kind of needed some new work clothes. But I bought one t-shirt this year, and I bought some like graphic tees and stuff off my best friend because she has a company. Half of the proceeds went towards a good cause, so I did that. But other than that, and I got one pair of shoes. That was 10 bucks. Other than that, I didn't get anything else that's just for, you know, summer or anything, because realistically I really didn't need it. I'm not doing much this year because of the current situation. I'm still staying home for the most part, so there's really not really any point of me spending a lot of money on shopping. This mascara is starting to dry out, but I like it so much, so I'm going to use every last bit I can get out of it. It is the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir. So I'm currently using this other one that my best friend recommended. It's from e.l.f. It's like $2 and change. It's super cheap. It does the trick. I have to say, I think my what's it called? I'm talking about the clear brow gel from Benefit. I don't know why I'm blanking on the name of it right now, but I have to say, I think it does work better, but this one still is pretty good. It's pretty good. And it's $3, so I'm gonna stick with this one for a while because I just don't really want to spend like over $20 on a clear brow gel. That's just ridiculous in my mind. So we're gonna give myself a little spritz in the face to cool down. This is just like a coconut rose water. That feels good. Okay, so I have one more tip for you guys. So my next tip is to use a banking app. I have my banking app on my phone, and I think it's just honestly such a smart way to keep track of your money. Paper statements are cool too, but the thing I like about having the banking app is I literally can check it anytime, anywhere, like whenever I want. It's my favorite tool for being able to see what's going on in my bank account. So like if anything sketchy were to happen, for example, like you can see it right away. Like if you're consistently checking your bank account, you'll know. Okay, so I was just on the phone and I can't actually remember where I left off in this video, but I think I was just like closing with the banking app and basically how it's just really good for keeping track of where your money is and stuff. I'm going to show you guys what my makeup looks like now in the natural light. I'm not putting lipstick on because I'm about to go have some breakfast, so I'm not going to do that. Yeah, it's just like a very wet, glowy type look. It's just my go-to look in the summer. I might bronze up my body a little bit more too, just for the shoot, just to make myself look extra glowy. Sometimes I like to do a little bit of a bronzer on the shoulders just to make it look like I got like sun-kissed, and then I'll add some, this is so heavy, and then I'll add some highlighter as well, and it just kind of gives a really pretty glow. My hair is a little crazy, it's still wet, and I'm hoping that I can get it to work today because it's humid. Yeah, anyways, before my arm falls off, because this camera is so heavy and definitely not a vlogging camera, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. I would honestly really appreciate it. Also, don't forget to subscribe, join the family. I would love if you joined. I hope you guys got some helpful tips out of this video. I hope it helped you in some way. And if not, if you knew all this information already, I hope you guys enjoyed just hanging out with me while I got ready. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.